If you would have asked me 5 years ago that I'd be building a luxury cabin in Broken Bow, Oklahoma, valued at $1.5 million, I would have said, you're absolutely crazy. But here I am, halfway through construction, and I'm going to give you guys an update today. Welcome guys, we are back at my cabin up in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. I just did a walkthrough with my builder. There has been a couple of changes and I wanted to specifically point those out to you and kind of give you the reasons why. First things first, I guess the biggest change, and this did add an additional cost to me out of pocket, but initially this was gonna be just one grand open space. As you can see right above me though, it looks like there's a little bit has changed, I guess you could say. So what we decided to do, because how much ceiling height we have here, we decided to add an additional space to allow more people to sleep here. Because as of right now, this sleeps about 16 people, but if I throw a couple bunks up there, we're adding even more. We're gonna be looking at even north of 20 people allowing to stay here in one given night. Now, the beauty about this too, this is a loft. A loft is additional square feet. Obviously, when I contracted this builder and I built what we have gotten so far, it was for a set price. $875,000 was the build cost. It doesn't include any additions. It doesn't also include the lot price, so $875,000 was the build job. Well, by adding that loft, we're adding additional square feet. And if you know anything about real estate, you add square feet, what do? You add additional value. Now also, we're gonna move over to some more minor changes. This is a new door entrance here, and I'll actually show you guys where the old door frame was, because you can actually see the header up top here. This was actually where the old door was gonna go, but up here is going to be an additional bathroom as well. So you're gonna have additional sleeping space up top, as well as a bathroom up at the top of that loft, so obviously you don't have to go down the stairs to go use the restroom. They've got their own private bath upstairs. Now to go back in the living room, guys, one thing that is not done, and they're kind of determining what route they want to go. They do have a makeshift one right now, being a ladder, but we're going to have a pretty extravagant and maybe over the top ladder here that showcases, you know, kind of mirrors the grand fireplace over here that's going to be rocked from the ground all the way up 22 feet, about 22 feet. It's going to be a huge focal point. The other side of the room is going to be the staircase leading up to that loft. That's going to be a focal point. So those are a couple of the additions on the interior, but I do want to show you guys one addition that we made to the exterior of the home. So when we started drafting up what the plans were here, we didn't necessarily know how we wanted to take advantage of the view. Now, this particular house sits maybe about 5 to 8 feet above ground level, so you have a decent view out to the ridgeline. But if you follow yourself around here, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to get all the way up to the second floor balcony here, but I'll give you a good idea. This is probably about 15 feet high. It's going to be a staircase set up somewhere here to where you'll have access to a second floor balcony sitting area where you can grab a cup of coffee in the morning, grab a bite to eat, sit up there and be able to look out to the ridgeline. So this is the primary bedroom. It's kind of weird saying that because you really have 4 primaries in this huge cabin. But in this particular bathroom that we have here, and the nice part about having a builder that kind of adjusts on the fly is nice little upgrades such as this above me. So the nice thing with working with independent builders is they kind of adjust on the fly. One of these is this upgrade in the largest of the 4 primary bathrooms. This is actually going to have a very, very nice, you know, rolled off ceiling here. This is where the shower will be. And stepping over to it's gonna be the game room here, but we're gonna head back to the very last room in the back. I think personally, that's gonna be the bathroom in the bedroom that I use, but this bedroom back here turned out to be very, very cool. So as you head back here, you can see just the amount of light that is in this bedroom. I mean, we've got 3, 6, 7, 8 different windows in this bedroom alone. Tell me the last time you've seen a bedroom with 8 different windows. Honestly, I don't think I've seen one. And with all of the natural light that we do get in here, one of the cool things as you head back to this, one of these windows here, you can see a significant drop off. We're talking 25 to 30 feet of a drop off, which is kind of scary right now with no window in place, but it's gonna be a huge opportunity for guests that stay in this room to have a nice view out the back. Now, one thing that they don't tell you about short-term rentals is the cost to furnish this stuff. And I'll give you guys an idea, okay? We're gonna have a pool spa here. A pool spa is basically a warmer version and a portable version. Now it's gonna stay here, but I'm not having a huge extravagant pool being made in my backyard, so I'm gonna just plop a rather good size pool spa here. Pool spa is gonna be warmer than a normal pool, but not as hot as a hot tub. Now, technically you could warm it up to as hot as a hot tub, but we're gonna have a hot tub right up there. So you're gonna have a hot tub. If it gets too hot, you come down in the pool spa. And actually we're gonna have a staircase walking down here. And the staircase that we have here will lead down to the fire pit down below, kind of more of a casual hangout area down below. Now, it may not look like it, but this is a steep lot that continues to fall down as it goes further. That's why you have that huge drop off from that back room. So we're probably only gonna have a fire pit down there and a little bit of a hanging area, because obviously as you continue to go further down, it does require leveling of the land because, again, it is a significant slope. Once again, guys, this is a cabin that is gonna be, after you include the additional value of that upstairs loft and bathroom, it's gonna be about a $1.45, $1.5 million cabin. I only bought it for about $1,070,000, about 1.1, a little less than 1.1. Now, I also applied the proceeds from my duplex that I didn't put any money down as my down payment on this property. So my pay down, as far as the total note on this property, is only $780,000. It's a property that I owe $780,000 on, that's valued at 1.5, that I have not put a single dollar into it. Now, I am finally going to be putting some money into this property when I finally furnish it, as well as putting the pool spot out back here and the hot tub. I'm trying to stay under that $100,000 threshold. I can tell you the pool spa alone is probably gonna run me $20,000 to $30,000, and the hot tub's definitely not gonna be cheap either. But that's gonna be the first money I put into this cabin. This cabin, though, is gonna be renting anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a night. All right, guys, we are at another cabin. Normally this would be trespassing, but this is for sale, and I am a realtor. So guess what? We get to take a look at it. This one's obviously further along than my cabin. There are gonna be some parts of this cabin that are different than mine. One that I can tell you, this is a traditional staircase, one that you would see, you know, open concept, probably in most build jobs. Ours is gonna be a little bit different. This one's much further along. It's even got HVAC, electrical, maybe not plumbing yet, but the work is started. I do like kind of how they did their fireplace in terms of having kind of an A-frame look to the fireplace over here. But my fireplace still goes substantially higher than this one. This looks more traditionally like a normal house, I guess you could say. This does look really, really cool going though back into the backyard here, where they've got a substantial view out. It looks like they're building a cabin with quite the view up top there too. They do have a walk down to kind of probably where their outside grill is down back, which is kind of a cool aspect. A little bit different with the staircase down to where their cookout grill area is. But they do have what initially was something that I wanted in my cabin, where I had a separate living area. This is probably going to be a game room hangout area. And the nice part about this is it's separate from the rest of the house, kind of how mine is separated from the rest of the house. With my bunk room or game room, though, it neighbors a couple bedrooms. In this case, this is just a completely different entertainment room all in itself. Counting bedrooms here in square feet, mine's obviously much larger. Looks like they have one good size bedroom here and I don't know if they're going to be using this as a bedroom here because it has a grand entrance or grand exit to, you know, your backyard area, but it does look like there's a shower going to be there. So let's just constitute this as a second bedroom. The upstairs, which mine doesn't have an upstairs, outside of the loft that we added. The reason why is because it allows essentially the entire house to have huge ceilings. So heading upstairs, now I'm probably guessing with the added second floor, this is probably gonna have, if not the same, probably more square feet. This is still, I think, very, very cool that you can outlook here to really that entire ridgeline there. It's really, really nice. You can actually see my cabin, the tip of my cabin. I think that's my cabin over there. So again, this is not gonna probably be a bedroom, but you've got 2 downstairs, 3 here, 4 here, 5 here, 6 here. This is gonna be massive. This is definitely much larger than mine. 7 bedrooms, 8 bedrooms. This is I'd be curious of the square feet here, but it's got to be close to 4,000. So this is an example of a very, very large cabin comparatively to mine. Well guys, it's been about 5 months since I last visited this property. I've had some pictures and some videos as far as updates, but as far as being here, a lot has changed. Literally, the entire thing has changed. The last time I walked it, we were walking through the pine trees and the lot itself, trying to determine where we were gonna be putting the cabin. And as you can see, well, we're gonna be heading into electrical here, roofing, and they're working on the siding as we speak. So I would say another about 5 or 6 months and this cabin should be done, ready to go by early summer of 2023. I should have about 2 more updates coming for you guys when it comes to this cabin, so stay tuned. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help, and stay tuned for the next video.